Hello, this is TJR, and it's time for my track-by-track review of Gigaton, the new album by Pearl Jam. This is the band's 11th studio album. It is the band's first studio album in 7 years and was recorded over a period of 3 years. This is also the first time the band has worked with producer Josh Evans, who has worked with Soundgarden and Gary Clark Jr., to name a few. So let's get into the album. But before we do, if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more, please be sure to click like, click subscribe, and click the bell notification icon so you can know when I release new videos. Track 1, Whoever Said, opens with an amazing muscle-powered guitar riff and probably one of the best guitar riffs I've heard from the band in ages. The verses are tight and the chorus is catchy. And even though this is a rocker, the instrumental section embraces simplicity and does it well within the song's context. The track does lose a little steam though on the bridge, but not too much, before it builds into the song's refrain and then back into verse 3, where we are rewarded with the chorus once again and then the song's finish. In retrospect, I guess I should say that the bridge is kind of the hard part of the race, but it's worth it to get to the finish line. Track 2, Super Blood Wolf Moon, opens with a guitar vibe that echoes the Ramones before jumping into being pure Pearl Jam. I like this track, but I wish that Eddie Vedder's well-written lyrics were more intelligible and that I didn't need a lyric sheet in order to follow them. But as a very punk-influenced rocker, this is a cool track highlighted by a fiery guitar solo. I don't know if it's Mike McCready or Stone Gossard playing it on this one, but good job. With track 3, Dance of the Clairvoyants, the band moves into 80s dance mode. The stark guitar line that enters at the 39-second mark and the chorus that follows, however, moves the song into David Bowie territory. I should add that this is also the first song that moves us away from Eddie Vedder's solo compositions, as the opening 2 tracks were by Vedder. And as rewarding as those first 2 tracks were to hear, it's equally rewarding to hear what musical direction the whole band can move things to when they compose together. From start to finish, this is a solid track. Bassist Jeff Ament, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, gets to shine as composer on Quick Escape, with Vedder writing the lyrics. Quick Escape is a solid piece of thumpin' rock that ventures into prog rock as well. It is absolutely solid from start to finish. Bassist Ament continues his streak with All Right, an acoustic ballad whose production deceives you when you first hear it, as you think at first you are going to hear something more electronic when the song opens. It's good to hear songwriting from a bassist who doesn't need to write from a bass standpoint. And this is because Jeff Ament is a multi-instrumentalist, as most of the members of Pearl Jam are. All Right is followed by the album's next ballad, 7 O'Clock. Normally, I would caution against 2 ballads in a row, but these 2 tracks are musically and texturally interesting enough that there's no loss in album momentum by putting them together. This is also another almost entirely band composition, with only Matt Cameron missing from the songwriting credits. This track feels like it could have played during the ending credits of a late 80s, early 90s movie. Track 7, Never Destination, takes us back into the rock with another Eddie Vedder original and another really strong guitar riff from Vedder. He is killing it in the guitar riff department on this album so far, and the lyrics kick ass. They might be getting older, but Vedder proves he can still kick out the angry angst with this song. Drummer Matt Cameron jumps into the songwriting spotlight and kicks up the velocity ratio with the next track, Take the Long Way. Take the Long Way is a kicking rocker that combines off-kilter syncopated rhythms, killer wah guitar solos, and a number of very interesting musical textural choices. There aren't too many bands where the drummer can write, and this is one of Pearl Jam's strengths. Track 9, Buckle Up. Right from the opening guitar arpeggio line, I was hooked with this song. Written by guitarist Stone Gossard. The lyrics are interesting, to say the least, if not a bit oblique, but I dig this mid-tempo track with a touch of strangeness. Definitely one of the more interesting musical tracks on this album as far as I'm concerned. This takes us to track 10, Comes Then Goes. It is the album's third ballad, and it's another Vedder-penned original. Comes and Goes opens with a nice acoustic blues lick that feels slightly Zeppelin-esque and features just acoustic guitar and vocals. It may not be the album's strongest track, but it's solid and it holds its own. Track 11, Retrograde, is a Mike McCready composition and the guitar's only solo writing credit on the album. Now, I have to admit that so far, this is not the album's strongest track as far as I'm concerned. Retrograde starts as a solid but, in my opinion, somewhat pedestrian 90s mid-tempo rock song. It's not bad, but it doesn't stand out either. That is until about the 3.5-minute mark, where it builds into this absolutely unforgettable musical outro that makes me go, wow, effing wow. Perhaps I need more time with this one, but for now I am kind of split on Retrograde. I am crazy about the last half, though. Rivercross is the last track on the album and the last Vedder original. It is built around Eddie's performance on an old 1850s pump organ that Eddie Vedder has in his home studio. The track used in the final studio version is taken from the original demo performance. This track hovers somewhere between Americana and psychedelia, and it does provide a nice epilogue for the album. Now, full disclosure, I like Pearl Jam, but I haven't liked every Pearl Jam album that I have ever heard. And I can think of one Pearl Jam album that I absolutely outright hated. But I'm always interested to hear what they will do next because they're always trying something different. They're always stretching. They're always trying to reach for something new. And because of this, even what I view as a misstep can at least be interesting to hear. Gigaton is a real treat. Its biggest flaw might be that it loses a bit of its steam near the end, but overall, it is Pearl Jam's most solid, groove-oriented album that I have heard in quite a while. And when I hear an album like this from a band like Pearl Jam, it makes me want to revisit some of those albums that maybe I didn't care for quite so much, to see if perhaps I might hear them differently now. This is TJR, and what do you think? Have you heard this album? Do you plan on hearing it? Please share your thoughts in the comments, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching, and please stay safe and healthy out there. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.